Today we're giving you a tour of our Airstream, which is our mobile workstation, and we're going to show you how we build wealth and manage our businesses on the road. If you're new here, I'm Chris Dunn. I've been a trader and investor for over 20 years, and
I'm Nikki Dunn. I run a wealth management firm, and I'm also a trader and investor myself.
you know, we've traveled a lot around the world over the past 15 years, and last year we were like, hey, the US has a ton of beautiful stuff to offer, and we're currently in the Gila National Forest in New Mexico. We're at about 5,000 feet. And over the past year, we've been through Colorado and the Southeast, and we've kind of got our groove figured out. And we want to show you how we stay productive and actually make a lot of money while at the same time doing things like moto adventures or going on hikes and just really getting into nature, because for so long our lives were increasingly just tied to the digital, right? With crypto, the stock market, AI, it's like just so much time in front of a screen, and we wanted to balance that with getting into something tangible, you know, the real world.
And we noticed when we were watching other RV YouTubers travel around the US, we weren't seeing a lot of people that were running actual businesses that weren't just creating content. Of course, we create content, but we truly do have multiple real businesses that we didn't really know how it would be trying to run them on the road. And now we're 1 year into this, and we think we have a pretty good idea of how it works for us.
All right, guys, I'm going to start with a tour of the exterior. And just to kick us off, this is a 2025 Airstream Flying Cloud. It's the 30-foot model with the office in the back. And I didn't want to go initially with something as big as 30 feet, but I'm really glad we did. That way we have separate workspaces that you'll see when we get into the inside. This is my pride and joy. This is a KTM 390 Adventure. This is what I like to roam around and just go disappear into the wilderness for a while on. And then we've got a 2024 F250 Platinum that tows everything. It's my first diesel truck, and I absolutely love it. It handles the high mountain passes through Colorado like just a dream. This thing tows beautifully. So one of the most common questions I get is, how do you guys boondock or dry camp or basically just be in the middle of nowhere and sustain yourselves with power? I initially had a really beefy solar system put on top. So we have 1,200 watt panels on the roof, and we have 900 amp hours of battery. It's a pretty beefy system. That's all I know. It's the maximum that we could fit on the roof, and it's a lot of power. So as long as we have sun and we don't have to run the ACs all day, then we can pretty much stay out here for as long as we want. So this is usually where I like to work. Is if it's hot or too sunny, I'll pull the awning out, and this is my office. I usually like to kick back on the laptop and kind of work from there. And how do we get internet, you ask? Well, we've got this little thing over here called a Starlink satellite, and it works beautifully. As long as you have a clear view of the sky and you're not just completely covered with trees, this thing gets hundreds and hundreds of megs download, and we can upload videos really quickly, and we can trade the markets and run classes, and it's just absolutely incredible. It's been a game changer.
Come on inside and I'll show you around. So this is the entryway, which is actually quite nice. We have plenty of room to kick off our shoes. I, of course, don't like to have shoes in the house. Got to put on my house slippers. And if you want to come on in, this is the main living space. Again, this is a 30-foot Airstream, so we feel like we've got a lot more space than we really need. 2 couches. This is our main dining area. Chris also works here sometimes. And here's the kitchen. This is my domain. I love cooking, and I will tell you, for a 30-foot rig, this is a pretty sizable kitchen. Has everything I need. I have 3 burners. I've got my convection, microwave, and air fryer in one, which we use a ton. This is the fridge. Pretty sizable. It really does fit a lot, so I love this. And then we've got a lot of storage. I have my, full pantry, and then these drawers here, I've got my seasonings. So honestly, can't complain. And here we have the bedroom. Again, we've been very happy with this whole configuration of this rig. We just have no complaints. Plenty of room to walk around the bed, lots of storage overhead, storage on each side. Follow me back to my second favorite part, kitchen being number 1, office being number 2. This has been incredible. So this is like my little safe haven back here. I spend a lot of time back here. Clearly, I've got my double monitor, lots of storage as well. My closet basically is right here, and Chris's closet is right here. This is the loo, and it's pretty sizable as well. Plenty of space.
Now, how does the Starlink work? Well, it actually plugs in outside to the satellite, and then up here we have the modem and Wi-Fi router, and I've also got a Mac Mini running OpenClaw and a bunch of AI stuff, and this is kind of my storage for camera equipment, mics, all that good stuff. And yeah, right here, this is my tank bag for the motorcycle, which I will have the drone in, and so when I'm out in the middle of nowhere, I can pull the drone out, launch it without getting off the bike, and yeah, that's a lot of fun too. And then actually we have a ton of storage under the bed here, which is where I have a lot of my motorcycle gear and extra boots and stuff like that. So there really is a ton of optimized storage in these Airstreams. You know, there's no slide outs. This isn't like a big 45-foot fifth wheel or something like that, but it is a perfect amount of space for us both to work and have fun and have our own kind of separate places. I'm usually outside as much as possible, but sometimes if it's raining or whatever, I will work at the kitchen table, which is fine too. But overall, we just love this rig. I think it's just so comfortable and very high quality. So I recently collected a few questions from our wealth building community at the Wealth Incubator, and figured we'd just answer them here on the video. So the first question is, how long can you guys stay out dry camping?
Well, that depends on how much water I use.
Yes. So if we have good sun, we can stay out indefinitely for power, but we have 3 tanks. We have a freshwater tank, which holds, I believe, like 53 gallons. We have a gray water for sink, and then black tank for the toilet. And yeah, water is usually the limiting factor if Nikki wants to do weird things like take showers.
That does become a topic of conversation more often than I would like.
Yeah, you learn how to take really fast cold showers, because we do have a water heater, but it takes like a minute of running the water because it's not a tank, it's tankless. And so, yeah, it wastes water if you want a hot shower. So the answer is, I think 7 to 10 days. I think we stayed out for 8 or 9 days in Telluride. Next question is, what are your favorite places that you've been so far?
Telluride, duh.
Okay, yeah, Telluride was pretty sick. That whole southwest Colorado corridor, Durango, Telluride, Ouray, Silverton, like that place is just absolutely incredible. We thought we were just going to swing through for a few weeks. We ended up spending like most of the summer in that area last year. Nikki, do you feel as productive on the road versus being at your home office?
Surprisingly, I feel more productive being on the road. And the reason for that is, first of all, I mean, I spend a lot of time in my office. When I'm out in nature, it's easy to just stay in the office. I have a clear view of wherever we are, and it's beautiful. So it's nice to work to a good backdrop. But at the same time, we drive a lot when we're trying to get from one location to another. And essentially, Chris does the driving, I get to work, and I find that when I'm in the car, for some reason, I'm very productive.
Yeah, we have the Starlink working while we're driving, so even if we're in the middle of nowhere, we can still get on the laptop, or I can do phone calls, or I can chat with my AI agents.
Yes, you're constantly chatting with your AI.
Yeah. For me, I think I'm a little more distracted because I've got the motorcycle and I want to get out most days that I can. And I use an app called OnX Off-Road to help me find trails. I guess I'm more productive in a way that, you know, I try to get all the high impact stuff done as early as possible. That way I can just get out on the bike guilt-free.
So it sounds like I'm more productive and the motorcycle might be a little bit of a distraction.
It's good. It's good balance. Okay, can other people do this too, or is it only possible because of your unique situation? Yeah, we do work for ourselves, and in a way that's easier. In a way, I guess it can be harder, but I don't know. What's your opinion on that?
I think that if you are a true remote worker, you can do this. If you don't have to go into an office and all you need is a fast internet connection, you absolutely can do this. Thanks to the Starlink. I mean, without that, we wanted to do this for years, but we really couldn't because we needed to be connected. We needed to be around for market open. A lot of that just wasn't going to work, but Starlink has changed the game completely.
But yeah, I just, I wanted to do this video because I think with everybody's lives becoming so increasingly dependent on the digital, it's really important to be deliberate about getting out in nature. I know it really brings down my anxiety and stress levels whenever I am able to go for a hike or a bike ride and, just get away from crowded cities. I still enjoy cities and, doing things with a bunch of friends, but there's just something really magical that happens when you get out into the middle of a wilderness or a national forest. And in the US here, we are just so blessed to have all of this at our fingertips. I mean, there's just so much natural beauty, and I've just really been enjoying it. Okay, and last question. What is the hardest part about this lifestyle?
Definitely the cold showers.
Yeah, I mean, I think the unknown, like when you're going to new places, you don't know if it's going to be overly crowded, or sometimes dealing with the weather can be a pain. But I would say it's 99% awesome and 1% pain in the butt, and that 1% pain in the butt is well worth it for me, I think.
I think us having the solar installation has made it so much better and easier. Without that, I think it could have been a challenge.
Yeah, because if you don't have solar, then you're basically trapped to be what we call a lounge lizard, where you are stuck in RV parks. And look, there are some great RV parks, but if you don't have solar and water and internet, you're not going to be able to stay out here in the middle of nowhere and to truly get away from people. And in my opinion, see some of the most beautiful places that North America has to offer.
I think just traveling the U.S. more and seeing what this nation has to offer, there's so much beauty here. We haven't even scratched the surface, and we've traveled internationally. We've been to many countries, and I will say some of my fondest memories have been in the Airstream in some of the most beautiful areas America has to offer.
Yeah, and it's cool being able to take your stuff with you. That's one thing I really like about RVing is you have your own bed, you have your routine, you have all your clothes, your stuff, where if you're bouncing around hotels or Airbnbs, which we've done a lot, especially internationally, you're always changing. Sometimes it's not comfortable. So you get new, unique places while having a lot of the creature comforts of home. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll read every single one of them. And yeah, just encourage you guys to figure out what your perfect average day looks like. If it's in an RV or traveling, or, maybe not, just define what your perfect average day looks like for you and build an escape velocity portfolio that can help support that lifestyle. And yeah, thanks for your insights, Nick.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
All right, guys, take care. See you next time.